Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing his word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called Conflicts and Confrontation is Beautiful to Deal with When You Have a Resolution. Let me say it again. Conflict and confrontation is beautiful to deal with when you have a resolution. You see? And in this word, we're going to speak about how the lack of resolution is reasons why conflict and confrontation dominates us and ruin us. When it comes to marriages, when it comes to family, when it comes to friends, when it comes to loved ones, when it comes to business partners, when it comes to co-workers, even when it comes to church members, okay? The lack of resolution is reasons why conflict and confrontation will dominate and ruin those relationships. But see, it's beautiful when conflict and confrontation arise that you are able to have a resolution when dealing with it. That's a beautiful thing, man. A beautiful thing. Okay? Let me just put it to you like this. I'm going to pose this question to you. And that question is, why add fuel to the fire when you could put the fire out? Let me say that again. Why add fuel to the fire when you can put the fire out? In other words, you can be an arson or you can be a fireman. You could be an arson or a fireman, which is symbolic to either adding fuel to the fire or putting the fire out. I'd rather put the fire out versus adding fuel to the fire. You see? And in this word, man, we're going to deal with conflict, confrontation, and having a resolution when dealing with that. Before we get into that, what you see on the screen is a husband and wife. And you see, this is a beautiful example of conflict and confrontation. Do they look like they're in harmony? Do they look like they're happy? No. It's a clear sign that there's conflict and confrontation that's going on. You see, when it comes to conflict is a disagreement, an argument, controversy, a struggle, a clash, a state of opposition between two ideas, between two people. When that conflict arises, okay, you have to be able to have a resolution, a course of action, a method, a procedure. You have to make a firm decision to handle that delicately. Most importantly, you have to have an answer. You see, when it comes to hostile, argumentative meeting or situations between opposing parties, okay, without a resolution, it's going to be a crash collision, aka train wreck. You see? So you have to have a course of action. You have to have a method. You have to have a procedure. You have to be firm in your decision. You have to have the perfect answer. Okay? When it comes to conflict and confrontation, and when you have the resolution, it's beautiful, man, when you deal with that. You see? Because when it comes to resolution is symbolic to unity. It's symbolic to peace. You see? Anger, bitterness, self-pity, and envy are things that's associated with conflict and confrontation. Things that are symbolic to adding fuel to the fire. But see, when you put the fire out, you're operating under peace. You're operating under unity. You dig? Now, in this word, I'm going to give you, we're going to come out with a couple scriptures, and this is how you deal with conflict and confrontation by way of having a resolution. And when you have a resolution, it becomes a beautiful thing, man, to exercise those resolutions when you deal with conflict and confrontation. And see, like I said before, that's the problem. Like you see on the screen, this husband and wife right now, they lack resolution, and because of that, they're suffering. So in Ephesians 4:31, it reads, "Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice." You see that? The key word that I want you to focus on in Ephesians 4:31 is, it says, when it comes to bitterness, when it comes to wrath, when it comes to anger, when it comes to clamor and evil speaking, it says, be put away from you. In other words, you are to remove that from your system. You are to cast out bitterness, cast out wrath, cast out anger, cast out clamor, cast out evil speaking. If you could do that, okay, you are operating with a resolution, which is unity, which is peace. You see? But if you're not able to put away bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, evil speaking with all malice, if you're not able to put that away, then guess what you are doing? Okay? You are being a relationship arsonist. You are being someone that's adding fuel to the fire. You see? What are we dealing with? Resolution. And a resolution in dealing with conflict and confrontation is putting away anger, putting away clamor, bitterness, wrath, and evil speaking, man. It's cold-blooded. And in verse 32 in Ephesians chapter 4, it says, "And be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Yahweh, for Yahweh's sake, have forgiven you." You see that? That's cold-blooded, man. So in other words, man, you have to be more gracious, more pleasant. You have to be willing to give a pardon, grant forgiveness, man. That's how you get to the resolution. That's how you get to unity. That's how you get to peace. You see? So I'm giving you the resolution tonight, which is a beautiful thing when you know how to operate it when conflict and confrontation may arise. All right. We're going to bring you next Hebrews 12, verses 14 and 15. And give me a second, man. Hebrews 12, verse 14, and it reads, "Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord." So the main thing I want you to focus on in Hebrews 12 and 14, it says, follow peace. In other words, follow harmony, follow concord, follow quietness. You see that? With all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. You see that? So the resolution to conflict and confrontation, man, is to follow peace. Follow things that's symbolic to harmony. Follow things that's symbolic to state of quietness, concord. You see? Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I'm giving you the resolution, okay, to conflict, to confrontation. Because conflict and confrontation has ruined marriages, have ruined families, have ruined friendships, have ruined loved ones, have ruined business partners, have ruined co-workers, have ruined even church members, man. It's cold-blooded. It's cold-blooded. I mean, in life, in all these particular relationships, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have controversy. You're going to have a clash. You're going to have a struggle. You're going to have a state of opposition. between two ideas. You see? But it's beautiful when you can come up with a method, when you can come up with a particular procedure, when you can come up with a particular course of action, the particular answer to that conflict or the answer to that confrontation. You see? And what happens is we lack resolution in those situations. And when you lack when you lack resolution, it's going to dominate and ruin that particular situation, man. As we get ready to close out this word, man, we're going to bring out that 2 Corinthians 13 verse 11, man. I hope you sincere brothers, man, and sisters for that matter, is really edified by this word, man, because I'm telling you, I'm giving you spiritual game. I'm giving you spiritual jewels, how you deal with conflict and confrontation, man. And like I said, a lot of us, we lack this fundamental thing, man. In 2 Corinthians 13 and 11, and it reads, "Finally, brethren, farewell. Be perfect," or in other words, be complete. Be of good comfort. Be of one mind. Live in peace. And the God of love and Yahweh of love and peace shall be with you. This is the coldest resolution right here. This is what makes the resolution beautiful when you can subscribe to 2 Corinthians 13 and 11. It says the most important thing I want you to think to focus on is be of good comfort. Okay, in other words, be of admonishment. Be able to console one another, encourage and strengthen one another. Be of good courage. Okay? Not only that, it says be of one mind. Live in peace, man. Live in harmony. Live in concord. Live in quietness. You see, all of that is symbolic to resolution. You see that? And it says, and the God of love and peace shall be with you, man. So when you got love and peace, when you operate in love and peace, man, that's the coldest resolution to dealing with conflict and confrontation, man. Yeah, man, cold-blooded, man. You see this married couple on the screen? They are dealing with a conflict and confrontation, and they both lack resolution. They lack it, man. But in this word, hopefully, those that are in marriages, those that, close to their loved ones and family and friends, those that have business partners, those that have co-workers, even those that have church members, man. Now, moving forward, hopefully you'll be able to take the tools and the jewels that I've presented in this word to help you when it comes to conflict and confrontation. It's such a beautiful thing to deal with when you have a resolution. Yeah, cold-blooded, man. Like I said, why add fuel to the fire when you can put the fire out? Or why be an arsonist when you can be a fireman? You see? That's cold-blooded, man. I hope you sincere. Brothers and sisters was edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.